Welcome to Seoul University's YouTube video channel. We're glad you're here. We're wondering, did you click on the subscribe button at the top of the page yet? If not, please do. You'll be glad you did. It's well worth your time to keep up to speed with all the stuff that's going on here at Seoul University. Next, a question for you. It's a rather blunt question. You may even take offense at this question. We hope you do, because it'll get your energy rolling. The question is, are you paid what you're worth? Yes or no? Pretty simple question. Overall, are you paid what you're worth? And if you answered no to that question, well, we're kind of wondering, do you want to get to yes? There's a lot of people who say, yeah, I want to be paid what I'm worth. Being paid what you're worth takes a little work. To help you get to yes to your answer to our question, are you paid what you're worth? We host regular book club events via conference calls, so that we can expand on the material found in Pay Me What I'm Worth. It's kind of like a teeny tiny mini workshop. Our book club events are teeny tiny taste tests of what we actually do in a 12-month class. Once you register, your small payment helps us offset the cost of hosting this book club, as well as providing access to the little mini workshops, discussion groups, all focused on the 33 unique exercises found in 10 chapters of Pay Me What I'm Worth. In this segment, you get to eavesdrop on some of the conversations from our June 18th, 2016 Pay Me What I'm Worth book club call. Next, instead of watching faces stare at their screens, we replace the talking faces with some nature videos. We hope you enjoy nature. It'll help you focus more on what club members are sharing. Their thoughts, their stories, their ahas will inspire your own ahas. We recommend you find something to take notes with. Jot your questions down, your ahas down. Post your thoughts in the comment box below. The more posts we have, the more conversations we have, the more we continue on learning and growing. Here we go. Sandy, without looking at a dictionary, how do you define a skill? What is a skill?
Something useful that's acquired.
If I'm hearing you correctly, Sandy, a skill is something that you got to work at to get. Is that accurate?
Right.
Out of curiosity, Sandy, how would you delineate the difference between a skill and a trait?
I have no idea at this point.
Good.
A skill is something that I think you want, so you do some research on it to find out where you can go to get it. You work up a plan to get it, and you follow through on that plan, and hopefully you get the skill that you want.
Excellent definition. Hang on to that, because we're going to really pick that apart. Marcia,
Okay.
How would you define a skill?
Basically, something you want to learn how to develop over time. Of course, as Sandy said, I go and I look who's masterful with the skill that I want to learn and develop it and ask for what that person can do to help me learn the skill.
Marcia, your definition of a skill is something that is certified. A skill is something that you have to be trained in and then redeemed and bestowed upon. Is that accurate?
When I think of a skill and mastering it, I really want to have it where it's a skill that I just all of a sudden it's a part of me and it becomes comfortable and I'm not struggling with it.
Where's the line between a skill and a trait?
Trait seems to be characteristic maybe of my personality, in which I can actually turn some of that character and use it into a skill that I integrate for myself.
Okay. A good start there. Out of curiosity, what comes natural to you?
It does come natural to me. I have an easy time forming relationships with people that I like.
Okay. Marcia, based on your experience on this journey, why am I getting picky?
Why are you getting picky?
Yeah.
In regards to understanding the difference between a skill and a trait,
Yes.
I believe you're getting picky because you want us to understand the difference between a trait and a skill, because I know I can get those confused. I can look at myself and go, is that a trait or a skill? And I'm not sure. It seems like when I was born, everything that I had to learn, if I learned it, it had to be a skill. And I know that I have 1,000,001 skills that can blend into what seems to be like a trait. Now,
Chris, we were talking about what your definition of a skill is. How would you define a skill?
Something that you've become proficient in because you've practiced becoming proficient in it.
Okay. And how would you find a trait?
Characteristic that you have in your personality.
Okay. What's something you do naturally, Chris?
Breathe, walk, talk,
Would
sleep.
you define those as skills?
No.
Why?
Okay, I guess I would, because I did have to learn how to walk. I did have to learn how to talk. I had to learn how to feed myself and drink water from a glass or any other beverage. So, yeah, I guess you could consider those skills.
Sandy, have you come up with something
Yes.
you do just naturally?
I have a skill, cooking.
Okay. The reason why I'm getting to be a fuss budget between skills and traits has to do with the word discount. Remember that, boys and girls?
yes.
Discounting our skills? What was that all about?
That is about not really seeing what all my skills are. The fact that my skills have worth. If I don't see that, then I might have the tendency to discount that my worth is my worth.
If we play with this notion that a skill can ripen into a trait, meaning after I've become so adept in a skill, I just do it, right? I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
It's in the background. It's like breathing. It's like anything. It's just, I don't give it a second thought. When I do that, I run the risk of discounting that skill because I don't think it's that big of a deal to do it. And so if somebody asks me to do that for them, follow?
Yes.
I might quickly go, oh, sure, I'll do that. And they'll go, well, what do I owe you? And they'll go, oh, you don't owe me anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You see that slippery slope?
Yes.
Questions? Thoughts?
I think I've been doing that all my life without even thinking about it.
When it comes to cooking, that's a skill. We'd all agree that cooking is a skill, right?
Right.
How many sub-skills does it take to cook?
Tons. Lots of sub-skills, because before you even cook something, you have to go through the prep work, which means that you're using your hands, you're using all your senses, because if I'm going to prepare a meal, I want to make sure that I get the best vegetables and they're fresh. I know how to cut them, and I know how to prepare everything.
Back up. Where did the vegetables, where did the food come from?
The Mother Earth. I might have had to go to the grocery store. That, of course, I would have to also have the skill of being able to pick out the best vegetables for myself.
How did you get to the grocery store?
I had to learn how to drive the car to get to the grocery store, or walk, or...
And when you got to the store and you got your basket, could you just fill up your basket and walk out the door?
Absolutely not. I had to get to the cash register and pay for my goods.
Where'd you get the money?
I actually had to work to get that money to pay for the food.
So now we're just 7 levels into cooking.
I know. There's a lot to it.
So do you remember how when we started mapping out skills, when I first told you in Chapter 2 that your skill list should be over 200,000 individual skills, your initial reaction was what?
What? That many skills? Really?
Yeah.
That's what my initial reaction was.
Chris?
I was like, what? Soul? I have 200,000 skills? Really? Okay. And I sat there and looked at myself and I thought about it and I'm like, yep, I got to have at least that much just to go through every day.
So my point with the whole skills thing is, how often do we take for granted our skills? How often do we take for granted what it took to get those skills? So for example, let's take something as basic as driving, right? Well, we learned how to drive generally from some sort of educational class, true?
True. Yeah.
Okay. That class didn't come for free, right?
Right.
So we had to pay something. I added up all the hours I had to, quote, work, unquote, to pay for something. If I added up all the hours I had to work to pay for my college degrees and my trainings, we're talking thousands of hours. Follow?
Follow.
So when you come to me and you say, Sol, I can't afford your rate, you want me to discount all the hours I've worked, all the toil that I've put into learning my skills. You want me to lower my price. You want me to forget about how many hours I've spent in gridlock traffic, how many hours I spent digging out my car, how many hours I spent behind a keyboard banging away on papers. You want me to forget all of that just for your convenience so that you can get a cheaper price. Follow?
Follow.
Thoughts?
I get the big message. I understand.
When somebody asks you for your time and they don't want to pay you for it, and you do it without any payment, what happened?
I discounted my worth.
Bingo. If I stop and think of how many things I've done without even a thank you, you notice I say thank you in every email, right?
Right.
I make sure I'm always honoring a person's time, at the very least. Follow?
Follow.
So when it comes to that sense of confidence, when you ask for something, whether that's time, respect, attention, money, whatever it is that you're asking for, and you're coming from an awareness that you're worth it, there's a different energy being conveyed, isn't it?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yep, I agree, Soul.
What are you synthesizing out of this so far?
Balance.
Okay.
Yep, balance and gratitude, the ability to receive, the ability to give, the ability to not be taken advantage of or paid less than you're worth because I now realize, I keep using you statements. I was wondering when you were going to catch me.
It's your job now.
Yeah, I know. Just understanding that I am worth the time and that I'm worth being paid for my time because of the skills that I have and my willingness to help other people find their worth and their passion and their potential. I think that's very important, that I'm valued for those things and that people show me that value because I would gladly do it in return.
And at its base, all of this is awareness, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Awareness can be a double-edged sword, can't it?
Yeah. I sure can.
Yep.
What are you noticing on this journey? Sandy, what are you noticing that as you become more aware of life in general, what's the sweet and sour ratio to that awareness?
Being aware does a lot of things. One of the major things I think it does is give you more choices.
Do you have a story, Sandy, of a time where you've got a bump in awareness and it kind of smacked you upside the head because you became aware of something you were doing that you had no idea you were doing up until that moment, and it gave you a moment of pause?
Yeah, I'd have to say I've had several moments like that. One of the most recent ones was when I decided to start meditating.
Mm-hmm.
After meditating for about 3 days, I became aware of the fact that I was gaining more awareness of things that I had been doing in my life and things that needed to change in my life. For instance, I never thought I was cynical. Meditation made me aware that I was cynical. I realized I have control over one thing, and that is me. I don't have control over anything else in life, not other people, not the weather, not anything other than me. So that was a big awareness, and that's the one that kind of slapped me in the face.
So part of this awareness is a skill of discernment. Yeah?
Yes.
If I weren't discerning, all of these things that I'm becoming aware of could put me in such a state of chaos, I don't know that I'd be able to accomplish anything. Did that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So part of our skill building awareness, part of this chapter 2 of becoming aware of our skills, is getting really laser focused. What skills do I have? What skills do I think I have, but that's quite the illusion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, Marcia, Chris, on this journey that you've taken so far, what illusions have come up and gone, hello?
I know that I have skills, yet I know that I need to hone them in a better way. I mean, I had the illusion that I had mastered some skills, but that's still an illusion.
Okay.
I know that based on all my life with the jobs that I had, it has been a real challenge for me to actually take out that salesperson in me. I think I still have that in me.
Evolve it. Evolve it. When I hear you say you have a skill of sales, that tells me that you have a skill of persuasion.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's how do you leverage that skill?
Yes, how do I? And I think that's where I'm actually taking a deeper look at that, because I don't want it to become a manipulative thing that's going to hurt somebody. A persuasion, manipulation, I want to be careful with how I come across.
Very acute awareness there. That's very wise. Very wise.
Thank you.
Mixed in with all of this as we begin to wrap up, as we get in touch with our skills, do you recall how I talked about the absolute necessity of letting our judge go while we were assessing our skills?
Absolutely, yes.
Any particular reason why I suggested that?
Well, I know that when I let my judgment go on what I can and cannot do, I seem to be in a better light for myself. It seems that I'm able to actually get into that better energy for myself, say and do things that seem natural. They just come out, for whatever reason, it comes out right at the time that I need that to come out.
By quieting your judge down while you're assessing your skills, you allowed yourself to see your skills for what they really are, not what you think they are. Is that adequate?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is another reason why on this journey that we take, now do you understand my focus on letting the analyzer go and letting the explorer come out to play?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
All right. What did you learn about yourself from this book club event? For folks who want to continue this discussion online anytime, it's time for you to become a registered book club member. Visit bit.ly/PayMeClub. Again, bit.ly/PayMeClub to learn more about our Pay Me What I'm Worth book club events. Within seconds after registering, you can access all sorts of other bells and whistles, and those bells and whistles will help us provide you an extraordinary journey. Together, one day, one person at a time, we grow more awake and aware of what our worth is all about. That's what we're up to here at Soul University. We hope to see you in class. You're worth it. Thanks for watching highlights of Seoul University's Pay Me What I'm Worth June 2016 Book Club. To listen to hundreds of on-demand, downloadable, free classes, visit our radio station, Pay Radio, talk radio worth listening to. To access those free classes, just click out to bit.ly/Pay Radio. Again, that's bit.ly/Pay Radio anytime. We look forward to hearing from you or seeing you at our next book club event. Once you visit pay411.co, that's our main site, pay411.co, you can register for the next book club event that's convenient for you.